Hey guys, this is Eliza and welcome back to a new video. So today I'll be giving you guys some graphic novel recommendations. So I haven't read a ton of graphic novels, but I'm definitely trying to get more into them. And these are all graphic novels that are either standalones and I've read the only book, or I've read a couple books in the series or read the entire series. None of these are ones that I've just I've read one. Well, actually one of them is, but there's also only two in the series. So, but I am planning on reading that one this month. I just need to find a challenge to fit it in for the Bookopoly readathon, but then I'll definitely be reading it. But enough yabbering. Let's just jump straight in to these recommendations. So first we have the Backstages. This is a YA fantasy which follows the Backstages, so they are the people that work in the background of the production for plays and such like that. So this book follows Jory, who transfers to an all-boys school and feels like he just doesn't fit in. He then discovers this lowly stage crew known as the Backstages and finally finds his people and his friends. This is a super fun, contemporary feeling, like finding yourself type book, but also with a few little fantastical elements that were really, really interesting. I have read volumes 1 and 2 of the Backstages, but I still need to read volume 3, which is not unscribed, which is why I haven't read it yet, so I need to find it somewhere else. But I did read the first 2 unscribed, so if you're in Australia, they are unscribed. How many times can I say scribed in one sentence? But I had so much fun reading these books. They're super colourful, the artwork is just stunning, and it's just such a sweet story with also these fantasy elements with heaps of twists and turns, and it was just amazing. Next we have Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. So I'll just hold up one of, oh, I just hit myself in the hat. I'll just hold up one of the books so I don't end up dropping them and damaging them. So I have read volumes 1 till 3. You can read these online. They were a webcomic. I think that's what you call it. They were a webcomic before they became physical books. So you can read the first 3 volumes plus, I think, is it up to volume 4 or 5 online? I'm not sure, but you can read them online if you don't want to go and purchase the physical books, but I highly recommend them. These follow 2 characters that are mentioned in Alice Oseman's other work, and we basically just follow their relationship and how they get together and everything, and it's just super cute, super fun. These are also really, really quick reads because literally none of the pages has like over 20 words. So they're super easy to read, and also the entire thing is in black and white, which I actually really enjoy. Like, I love the colorful graphic novels as well, but I love the simplicity of just like the black and white and the very few words per page, and I just really enjoy them. If you guys know me, you know I'm not really a romance reader, but I do really enjoy these. Like, I go into them knowing it is simply a romance, and I'm just gonna chill and read an easy, fun read, and that's what I get every time. So I'm super keen for volume 4 to come out, which should be out soon. I think I can't remember what date it is. I'll leave it on the screen, but it's gonna be out soon. Highly recommend. And yeah, if you don't want to purchase the physical books, the webcomic is online already. I will leave it linked down below actually. Next we have Mooncakes by Wendy Zhu and Suzanne Walker. This is probably one of my favorite graphic novels. This was so much fun. This is a standalone and it is a YA fantasy. We follow a witch and a werewolf. So we follow these 2 main characters. This character here, as I said, she is a witch, and she also has lesbian grandmothers who are amazing, and they also own a business called the Black Cat Booksellers Cafe, which sounds like a place I really want to go to. So Nova hears rumors of a white wolf being spotted in the woods and decides to check it out and discovers her childhood crush, who is fighting a horse demon. So this is a little bit of a romance. There is definitely a kindling romance between the 2 characters, but it also follows them trying to save Tam's magic, and it is such an interesting, super fun book. It is absolutely gorgeous art style. There is tons of representation in this book. Like I said, lesbian grandparents. Nova wears a hearing aid. Obviously we have a female-female romance happening. So it's super fun, tons of representation, and just a really, really nice, quick, well, it's not even really quick. It's not a super short graphic novel, but it is still a quick, fun read and really cute. Absolutely loved it. So highly recommend picking up Mooncakes. I'm pretty sure everyone was talking about this when it came out, and it was definitely worth the hype. Next we have Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell and Faith Erin Hicks, which this is actually the first Rainbow Rowell book I read, and it is a graphic novel. I have not read anything else by Rainbow Rowell. None of it really intrigues me because it is generally romance, but I don't tend to mind romance in graphic novels for some reason. I don't know. Like, I don't hate romance. It's just I in general don't find myself enjoying YA romances or even adult romances, but I just generally don't enjoy it, but I tend to enjoy it more in graphic novels. I don't know why, but I do. So follow our two main characters, Josiah and Deja, and every autumn they work at the same pumpkin patch, and it is finally their last season as seniors before they go on and do bigger and better things in life. So this is their last shift, their last goodbye together, and Josiah is determined to mope around and be depressed about it being their last season, and Deja is not going to allow that to happen. Instead, they're going to go on an adventure. This is super fun, super cute, kind of ridiculous as well, like all the things that go wrong, it's hilarious, but it's super fun. If you need like a light autumn kind of read, I definitely recommend picking up Pumpkinheads. I'm actually debating giving this one a reread around October because it is super short, super fun, and yeah, I really enjoyed it the first time around, so I'm definitely going to enjoy it the second time, and I highly recommend picking this one up. Next we have Misfit City. I have read volume 1 and volume 2 is the one that I'm hoping to get to this month. So this follows this group of characters in this small town who decide to go on an adventure to find lost pirate treasure. And that's literally all you need to know. It is so fun. I also love the art in this one as well. It's dark and kind of creepy, which it definitely kind of has like a creepy but also like pirate kind of theme. It is super fun. This is also a really short graphic novel. I believe there is only 2 seasons. I believe there is only 2 volumes out at the moment, but I'm hoping there is going to be more, or I'm hoping why do I keep saying season? Or I'm hoping volume 2 wraps up nicely, but I'm super keen to continue with this series. It is just, like I said, so much fun. If you need like a kind of creepy, but also pretty light adventure type story that is just gonna keep you interested, I definitely recommend picking up Misfit City. It was absolutely amazing and I cannot wait for volume 2. So next we have Heavy Vinyl, and this one is another super fun, but also kind of random one. So we follow the main character Chris, who joins the staff of a local record store only to find out that they're also secretly a fight club. So yeah, super fun, super interesting. I really enjoyed this one, and it's just another one that's kind of just fun but also kind of ridiculous, but also just a really good time. So originally I thought there was only 1 volume of this, but it turns out they've actually done a follow-up, so I'm definitely gonna go pick that one up. But like I said, I did not know that was a thing when I read this. I believe I read Heavy Vinyl last year, and I'm pretty sure at the time it wasn't a thing. This new one only released March 25th, so it's not that old, but I'm definitely gonna go and pick this one up. Like I said, if you need something fun and also kind of hilarious and features like music and stuff, then I definitely recommend picking up Heavy Vinyl. Next we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise. There is a fair few of these little series. They've got like 3 in each set, I believe, but this one in particular is The Promise. And I have read part 1, 2, and 3 of this one, and I really enjoyed it. This is, I believe, a continuation from the TV series. I haven't actually watched the entire TV series. Like I used to watch it when it was on TV, but obviously it was just like random episodes whenever I got a chance to watch it. So I've never actually watched it in its entirety, but I do want to go and do that eventually. So when I do that, I think I'm going to reread these and continue on with the other ones. But if you are an Avatar fan and have watched the TV show or just want to read something else that's Avatar, I highly recommend going and picking these up. They are really well done, and they follow the exact same artwork or art style as the as a TV show. So if you're an Avatar fan, I highly recommend these. These are super fun. Next we have The Wicked plus The Divine. I have read volumes 1 through 7 of this one, and I need to read, I think there's up to 10 now. It might be 11, I don't know. I'm a little bit behind, but I need to get onto that. This one is an adult fantasy series, and it basically follows this group of gods who come down to Earth and go into human forms, or take the forms of humans that are already alive, something like that. But it is chaotic, it is insane, all hell freaking breaks loose, and it is absolutely amazing. It is super, super colorful, but also like kind of dark. Like there's a lot of dark themes, but the artworks are super colorful, and some characters are just like, all the characters are gorgeous, but some of them are just so unique. Let me just, at the start of each issue, because this obviously has 4 issues in it, at the start of each issue there is one of the main characters shown, and the art is just stunning. Like I love this character here. Look at how colorful that is. This is really enjoyable, a little bit intense. There is some violence that is graphically represented. Obviously it is a graphic novel, so you do see like blood and stuff like that. So if that's not something for you, then probably keep away. But this is a little bit violent, and bit dark, but it is really enjoyable. And if you're looking for an adult fantasy graphic novel series rather than a YA one, I definitely recommend picking this one up. And there is tons of volumes out already, like I said, so it's one that you can just like fly through all of them, which I need to get on and do that for the last couple that I haven't read yet. Next we have Giant Days. This one is another one that's like, there's a lot of volumes out. I think I've read to volume 11. Hold on, let me double check. I've read volumes 1 to 12 and volume 13 comes out 2020. Is it out yet? Do I need to go and read that? June 16th. Yes, it is out. So this one is a YA contemporary with LGBT representation, and so it's about these girls who move in together when they go away for college, and it is just super fun, super hilarious. There's lots of romances and twists and turns, and it's just super fun. So if you're looking for something just light-hearted and contemporary and maybe about college or something like that, there's not a ton of emphasis on the actual college part, but the living together and, you know, living, like moving out and, you know, living life on your own type thing, then this is definitely the one for you. And it is super fun. Again, there is lots of volumes out, and I think all 12 volumes are unscribed, or it might have been all 11 volumes are unscribed, and the last one you had to read as individual issues, but they are still all unscribed. So if you're scribed and Aussie, they might be on the other ones, but I can't verify that. I'm an Australian, but they are definitely on the Australian scribed. So if you want to check that out, definitely go and check that out on Scribed, because it's a lot cheaper than buying 12 volumes of a graphic novel. So lastly, we have one that's a little bit more serious, and that is Mouse by Art Spiegelman, the complete collection. So this is a non-fiction story based on Art Spiegelman's grandfather's experience during World War II as a Jewish man. This is definitely not an easy read, but if you are a fan of reading books about the Holocaust, then I definitely recommend picking this one up. It is a really interesting interpretation on the Holocaust. Well, it's not really, like, the format is an interesting interpretation, not the story. It is, like I said, a true story based on Art Spiegelman's grandfather's life. So this shit actually did happen, which is slightly terrifying when you read it. It's one thing to read a non-fiction about World War II and you're like, oh yeah, stuff like this happened, but this exact thing did not happen. But then you read a non-fiction and you're like, fuck, this actually happened. Yeah, so it's a little bit intense, but I highly recommend this. This is probably one of the best World War II or just best historical fictions I have ever read. So the different races / religions and that are represented by different animals. So we have the Jews, which are the mice. We have the cats, which are the Germans. I can't remember what the other ones were, but there was dogs in there, I believe. This is super interesting if you are into this type of thing, but I definitely recommend it, but just go into it knowing that this is intense. I did end up crying through a lot of this book, but yeah, I highly recommend it if you are interested in reading a graphic novel about the Holocaust. So that is the 10 graphic novels that I wanted to recommend for you guys. Let me know in the comments a graphic novel recommendation that you have that I haven't mentioned today that I should definitely check out. There are others obviously that I've started, but I don't feel like I've read enough of them to really recommend them. But I definitely want to read some more graphic novels, and there is a ton of them unscribed. I just don't really know where to start. So if you have a recommendation, please let me know down below. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you find some more interesting graphic novels to read, and I will see you in my next video.